What's up everyone, it's DV, and today I'm actually going to talk about how to not get scammed in Islands. So a lot of you are actually needing this because you keep getting scammed, even though it's really hard to get scammed in the game nowadays. I just want to help you not get scammed, and this will actually apply to a lot of different games as well. So not just Islands, but this should actually help you in other games like Adopt Me or Bubblegum Sim or any game that really has trading. So one thing I wanted to mention though before I get into this, yesterday everyone's like, DV, why is your voice so deep? DV, why you sound so deep? Well, you know what? Sometimes if I record in the morning and I haven't had a chance to like truly wake up, my voice is just like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everyone? So, you know, that's just how it goes. I can't really stop it. It's just like it gets really deep. So I don't know how to solve that other than you'll just know if I'm really tired or I just recently woke up. Because even after an hour, my voice is just like, hey, what's up? Now that that's covered, let's go and get into this. And if you could also do me a huge favor and hit that like button and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel. Every day I post Roblox Islands videos on this channel. I don't know how it turned into only a Roblox Islands channel, but it kind of just turned into that. And also, if you haven't already, check out my pay to win channel. A lot of people, I'm surprised a lot of people don't even know about my other channel that I'm posting daily now. And it's all about other Roblox games. So if you're still subscribed to me and don't actually care about Roblox Islands, you know, maybe you should subscribe to my other channel too. So I'll link that in the description so you can check that channel out. But I am posting daily videos. I just posted some super darts over there. I posted Bee Swarm. I post all kinds of stuff over there, you know, Arcade Empire, all kinds of games, and I already have like 10 videos recorded, so you're gonna see all kinds of new games over there, and hopefully I can introduce you to some new games through that channel. So definitely go check that channel out. So anyway, so what I really want to cover here is how to avoid getting scammed in Islands, and like I said, any other game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually hit up some public servers, and I'm just gonna show you a little bit of chat. So you don't really even, I don't even have to show you any real scammers, although I will actually show you some clips from my other videos where I trolled scammers. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they typically do and how to spot them. There are a lot of them out there. So let's go and jump over to a public server so I can kind of show you a little bit of what's going on in chat. So actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually hop onto my alt so that we don't have this issue. All right, so I'm on an alt here and we can look at chat a bit. Let's go ahead and jump into the hub because there's going to be a lot more players on the hub. So this guy's saying trading spike. We don't know if that's a scammer, but you got to be really careful about these people, even if they're saying we're scared to be scammed. See, does anyone want to be a worker for an island? That's not really a scam. It could be though. It could be. This person saying he's scammer. So this person saying I have one, I'll give you this. Oh, so he's trading his cactus spike for a trophy. Oh my gosh. What do you want for the spike? This trophy? Oh my gosh, really? Are they really gonna scam each other? Who's scamming who? Because this person right here technically could be scamming as well, but I can't drop it. So there's people like, this is only worth 10,000 coins. This is worth more than 10,000 coins. I think this is still worth over 1 million. So I don't know if they're technically scamming, but this is an obvious one right here. This is an obvious one right here that this person right here is trying to do a drop, you know, trade. So first lesson, don't do what these people are doing. Do not do drop trades. I don't care if you don't have the XP yet. That's number one. That's a number one no. Just wait. If you cannot wait to trade, you know, you're kind of in a hurry here. You're putting yourself out there. Let me just say, never do drop trades. They almost rarely do they ever work. Someone's gonna get scammed in that scenario. I've had some really good trades where, you know, I'm able to technically trade, you know, through drops, but I also did a lot of research on the people, and I was also, you know, giving them more than what they were giving me. So, you know, technically it didn't really matter. So, you know, I waited. I always had them go first in that scenario. That way, you know, you're not having a situation where, you know, you're getting scammed. Now, chances are the person putting more value down is going to get scammed by someone else, you know. So you got to be really careful with drop trades. They just almost rarely ever work. And like I said, it's just putting yourself at risk. If you're wondering what I'm talking about drop trades, I'm talking about, like, you know, see how I'm dropping this? That is like saying I'm going to give you, like, here's a smelter for a pickaxe, like a gilded pickaxe or something. You know, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. First of all, you need to know your values. If you don't know your values, you just got scammed because the smelter's worth way more than a gilded steel pickaxe. Again, you got to be careful. There's a lot of people that are going to be willing to do drop trades, and you just don't want to do that. Plus, a lot of people are just dropping cactus spikes for free. So you can come over here, and typically what you'll do is you'll go inside the slime field, and I don't know why, but Slime Island, a lot of people are dropping cactus spikes out here for people, and you know, it's just a nice gesture. I think that they want to just make sure they're helping out others because they're so cheap to make. They really cost me nothing, so I can pretty much run my cactus field, you know, twice, and I can make about 10 of those. So it just doesn't need much cactus. So, you know, like I said, drop trades, be careful out there. Also be careful of people saying, you know, like this person says, I will invite you. You're setting yourself up for failure there. Here's a couple other hints. Here's a couple other hints for scams. This is an example. What I just said is technically, I would say if someone said, can I work for someone? I would assume this person right here, even though I just said that, I would assume this person's a scammer because they want access to your island. They want on your island. You don't know them. Why do they want to work for free? Why would anyone want to do some work for free? Now, if you're trying to make friends, so this is a different scenario, right? So some people will actually want to like make friends, right? So, you know, they might help you out because they're just lonely. And that's a scenario that does happen sometimes, but not always. You got to be careful about inviting strangers to your island. I would actually highly recommend against ever inviting anyone to your island unless you know them. Like if they're friends from another game already and you've, you know, already established a relationship, like friendship with them elsewhere outside of this game, then it's totally worth it. I would say it's really hard to make friends in this game. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying like if you're just like this person right here, I wouldn't trust that person. I don't trust anyone in the game. That's the number one way to really get it, you know, survive in this game is trust no one. Trust no one unless you found someone else, you know, maybe you played like shooters with them. Maybe you've grown a friendship outside of this game. That's the way to bring friends to your island. I would not bring anyone else to my island from this game. I just don't trust them. I don't believe they're going to actually, you know, I just feel like they're going to scam me. You can invite them, just don't give them build access. So right here is another example. Who wants help with their island? This person right here is a potential scammer. Anytime someone's offering to do help, you know, I want to be a worker who wants help with their island because they know they're getting build access, right? They're getting build access. You don't know them at all, but you're getting build access to their island. And I don't care what you have, if you have seeds, if you have totems, even if you don't have any of those things, you know what you probably have? You probably have a berry bush. So I'm going to take you back to some of my older trolling scammers videos where I actually avoided getting scammed by a lot of scammers and trolled them. So typically what's going to happen is they're going to, you know, visit your island and they're going to ask for access. They want build access, right? They're like, please give me build access. I want to help expand your island. And that is the number one no-no is that, you know, people love offering to help on your island. That's the number one scamming technique is let me help you with your island. And then what happens is you give them build access. So you think they're actually helping you, right? But they don't actually help you, right? So, you know, some of them might even drop some stuff. They might give you like, here's a smelter, here's a couple of different items. And what's going to happen is they give you a bunch of valuable items, then you place them and then they take them back. So you've given them build access. So they're going to start moving things. They're going to ask you, can I move this? And you're going to be like, sure, because, you know, they just gave you a smelter. So they got your trust, right? So they got your trust because, you know, why would someone who gave me a smelter ever scam me? So what they're going to do is they're going to take anything valuable that you already had, and then they're going to take their smelter back and leave your island. It's so simple if you think about it. They let you borrow something for a moment. They ransacked your island, stole everything that was valuable, and then they took their smelter back. So that is just an obvious ploy, you know, to get your trust. And a lot of them will like, you know, give you stuff. And like I said, they'll give you really good trees. They'll give you very expensive items. And then they're going to steal other stuff that's worth more than what they just gave you. So I'm going to tell you one thing, the main thing to always avoid, never give anyone else build access and never drop an item you're not willing to lose. So if you're going to do an exchange for something and you're okay if you lose that item. So like imagine you're taking a risk. You're like, you know, it's worth the risk for this item I'm about to get. I'm going to offer this person a smelter for, you know, maybe a gilded steel hammer. And you think it's, you know, you've got so many smelters that it doesn't really matter if you lose that smelter and they run off with it and you never get your hammer. If you're okay with that, then, you know, go for it. Like, I don't really care. You're not going to care. You're not going to be upset. What I'm really trying to avoid, you know, is the deep pain of getting scammed by someone. It's a horrible feeling. You get angry, you feel frustrated, you feel, you know, like cheated, betrayed. There's all these emotions that get built up when you get scammed that I'm trying to, you know, save you from. So if you're in a scenario where you're just like, you know, DV, I don't really care if I lose these things. I don't mind doing drop trades. I don't mind, you know, if I did get scammed, I'm not going to be heartbroken. Then you're not really the target audience for this video. You're not the person that I'm worried about. It's the people that, you know, get scammed because they built up this friendship, right? They thought they trusted them, and then that friend just, you know, took everything while they were gone. They took everything from their island and then ran off. And there's so many of you that actually quit islands because of this. There are so many of you that have actually quit the game because you just, you know, you got scammed, you lost everything. If you can believe that you're on your own in this game and make friends outside of this game, you're in good shape. So some other scams might be like item identification challenges. So let's see, let me show you this like carrot seed here. See this? You know, if you didn't know this is actually a carrot seed, you might think this is a pumpkin seed, right? It's orange, it looks like a pumpkin seed. and I'm gonna be like, hey, let's trade this pumpkin seed here in exchange for, you know, because this is a limited item, right? So I'm gonna trade this for your cactus seed because that's, you know, that's not limited item. That actually, you know, anyone could go and grind those from Desert Island, but you can't get pumpkin seeds anymore. These are super rare. And you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. So then you're like, okay, let's drop at the same time. You drop and they take your cactus seed and you took your carrot seed. Yeah, so that's a big problem, right? So you need to understand item identification. There's a lot of items in the game that are like that. So for example, the spinach, the cactus, and there's some other items that are like that as well in the game that you got to be careful about. You got to be super careful about. So don't, you know, do trades with people that you don't really know. And you got to be careful, like I said, with certain items that actually will match other items. So make sure you know what you're getting. Make sure you know what you're getting. And that's why drop trades are a horrible idea. Because if you go into a vending machine, it'll actually say carrot seeds. You can't really get, you know, mistaken by that. Now, if you're really needing help from your island, so like maybe you need some help, you're going to pay some people to destroy parts of your island or to expand parts of your island. Here's what you need to do. Let me tell you what you need to do here. You need to only give them build materials that are, you know, like cheap. So only give them grass and stone and things like that. You know, you can give them some glass as well if you need to. Don't give them any tools or anything like that. And then make sure you've removed all your valuables from your island prior to that expansion. So it's going to be a lot of work, but if you really need help with your island, you need to take down all those industrial items, all those smelters, all those totems, all those seeds. You need to strip your island of anything that you are not willing to lose, and then you can give them build access to do that kind of stuff. But like I said, if you don't, you know, if you're afraid of losing stuff, you need to remove them from your island first. Look at this guy. How can I help? Please, my mom. Oh my gosh. So you got to be careful of this kind of stuff too. You got to be careful of people saying their family has cancer, so give them stuff. You know, like family member has cancer, so give them stuff. You got to be careful of all those. Those are all really bad. So in these scenarios, you know, you have someone that's saying like, you know, please, my family's dying, or, you know, I've got cancer, or it's my birthday. It's really dark, but they do stuff like that. They really do. All right. So now we need to talk about vending scams, and that's actually a legitimate thing. You know, you can get scammed if you don't know your prices. So let's just look at the prices. Now, overpriced items are not scams. No matter what you say, they are not scams. They're just ill-informed, okay? So you see, like, for example, these. For example, you're selling your crystallized iron and your buffalo core for 100 coins. Now, that is typically considered a donation. If you see someone and you think that's actually worth only 1 coin or 100 coins, you know, even 5,000 coins and so on, all of these prices are way underpriced, and they're actually expecting donations. Now, you know, look at all these things right here. They're all underpriced. So, you know, you got to be really careful. Even this is way overpriced. This over here is way overpriced. All of these things are overpriced. This thing's actually a good price right here. 20,000 is fair. But you know what? They're actually expecting help. They're not actually trying to scam people, in my opinion. This is just based on the read I'm having here. This is not a scam server, but they are overpriced and underpriced. For example, they're underpricing all of the things that they're buying from you. For example, look at the LEDs. 1,000 coins for LEDs is really low. All of these are way low. 100 coins for these, way low. This is actually not terrible. But yeah, so there's a lot of pricing issues on this island. And so you need to be really careful about going to certain islands, because like just because it says 500 coins, that does not mean that's what it's worth. So you got to be super careful. Now, like I said, are they scamming? No, absolutely not. They're not scamming. Now, a scam would be in a scenario where, say you're going over here to buy something really cheap. So for example, maybe someone is, you know, listing something for really cheap, and you go up to it and you try to buy it, right? So you're trying to buy it, you know, because it looks like it's really cheap. Maybe it's 500 coins, maybe it's 1,000 coins, something like that. Then, you know, you go up there and you click to buy it, and then they switch to sell, and you actually end up selling your smelter for 1,000 coins instead of buying it. So you got to be careful of those. Those are actually legitimate scams. You know, it's basically a hot swap for a vending. The other scam that you got to be careful of is the extra zero scam. So I'm going to show you an example scam real quick on something I almost got scammed on a couple times on this other guy's island. And they were a shop basically, and what they were doing was they were buying cutlasses from people for really cheap, and then they were overpricing it by far. So this is a good example here of what I'm going to show you right now of what would be considered a scam to me. This is not an overpriced scenario. This is a pure scam. The thing is, you know, like I said, it's just at this point, ripping someone off from a price standpoint, like overpricing your stuff. So like if you were selling a smelter for 5 million, that's a far cry from like selling your smelter for 5 billion. You know what I mean? That's the scenario that I'm talking about, is when you add a complete zero and you put it in a completely different dimension altogether, a complete different universe of currency and, you know, fairness. So, you know, you just need to know your prices. I do actually have a fairly up-to-date price guide. I actually need to add some more stuff to it today. So expect to see an updated price guide video pretty soon here, and we're going to go through all the different prices of Islands items. So anyway, I hope this video does help you avoid getting scammed. You know, hopefully you can stay safe out there. If this video was helpful to you, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. And at the end here on the right, you're going to see a playlist of other Roblox Islands videos. If you can watch 1 or 2 of those videos, that'll actually help my channel a ton. We're on the road to 200,000 subs, and it's going quick. So thanks so much for all of your support, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.